when I take a shower, especially if I like haven't showered the day before, and then I take a shower and I've got this handful of hair, and it's like there's a lot of hair there, and it kind of freaks you out because when you're someone who's lost their hair or is worried about losing their hair, or just even considers that to be something that could be happening, and even when you hear that phrase, losing your hair, then you see hair, you go, well, it's there on my hands, it's not on my head, so I'm losing my hair, and it freaks you out. And I understand that. If you just Google search, how much hair should you lose when washing it? The average person loses 50 to 100 hairs a day, but it really depends on length and thickness of the hair. People with shorter or thinner hair appear to shed less. So if you got if you bick your head, you're never going to notice yourself losing hair. If you're you have a shaved head. On days when people with long or thick hair wash it, they could shed between 150 to 200 hairs. Now that's a lot of hair. And let's say you're not really shedding it much throughout the day, then when you're taking a shower and you're rubbing your head, that's when you're really, it's coming. Maybe it even is not really, it's already kind of fallen out, but it's just sort of like attached to the other hair and everything like that. So imagine if you're taking a shower and you didn't take a shower the day before and you're washing your head and you're scrubbing it and all that hair is in there, especially if it's long and thick, you could have literally 300 or 400 hairs on your hands. And that's just literally just your average person. You're not losing your hair. So the whole title of losing your hair is just a bad way of saying it. What you should be afraid of as a person going bald is miniaturizing. You should be afraid of miniaturizing hair. That's when you notice that your hair is significantly thinner, that you put your hand on your head and it's more cold, or it just looks thinner in the light and everything like that. That's when you should worry. You should worry then, but don't worry because you took a shower and you see some hair in your hands. So this was from Faisal. He wrote me on Facebook. He said that he, although I have noticed my hair has gotten a little thicker. So he's been taking finasteride and minoxidil. He says, even though I've noticed my hair has gotten a little thicker, but the trouble is, and I'm sorry, Faisal, I'm just using you as an example, but the trouble is that my hair is still falling, especially when I wash my hair. A lot of hair falls on my hands noticeably. And when I'm using minoxidil and rubbing it on, also then hair falls out when I'm massaging it into my fingers. Can you please advise me? So yeah, and this is a message that I get all the time. Is this message of guys worrying about that, and I've done the same thing. So anyway, I'm just wanted to tell you here: don't worry about losing your hair. Worry about your hair miniaturizing, because miniaturizing means it's getting thinner and it's becoming fine and wispy and baby hair, and it's in that process. Because when it's in that process, it's going away. That's when you're really losing your hair. Don't be worried about your hair falling out. That's just part of the normal process. Your hair is, it actually says right here, at any given time, about 80 to 90% of your hair is growing, and 10 to 15% is in a resting phase, where it doesn't grow or fall out. Every 2 or 3 months, the resting hairs shed and new hairs grow in their place. So you could be losing between 150 to 200 hairs a day from your head per day. So that's just natural. All times you're going to be losing 150 to 200 hairs per day. And here's the crazy thing, is actually the better your hair is, the more hair you're going to actually be noticing that you're losing, because it's thicker. So it's going to be more obvious. And the thicker your hair is and the more hair you have, the more hair it will look like you are losing in the shower, right? So yeah, it's a thing that's freaked me out too. So it's all good. I've looked at it as my hair was getting thicker. I've looked and gone, hey, I have a lot of hair in my hands. J International says the situation may be a little bit different for females. I'm definitely not nearly as much of an expert on female hair loss. My wife had a lot of hair that was falling out, and it did seem a little thinner. She started using something called pea flower shampoo that dramatically stopped it. Wow, that's cool. Jay says, I've never believed in the shampoo remedies, but to my surprise, this helped a lot. She also drinks pea flower tea every day. Got to say that that's a funny name for a tea, pea flower tea. I don't think I drink it just based off the name. It's known to help hair and may try it myself as a distinct purple color. So does it turn your pea into flower, purple flower color as well? Sorry, I'm just being stupid. Callie Time says, when do you recommend applying minoxidil after a hair transplant? This is something you would need to ask your doctor. I try not to get into too much like real medical recommendations, like exact things like after having a hair transplant, do this. You need to ask your hair transplant surgeon when he recommends you applying minoxidil after a hair transplant. I know just from my own experience that you cannot use minoxidil right before seeing Jay's reply, right before having a hair transplant. So yeah, if hopefully your surgeon told you before your hair transplant to stop using minoxidil. I think it's for about a month, if I remember correctly. That's what I've been told by a couple surgeons. I think it was around a month. You cannot use minoxidil before a hair transplant. But afterward, I would guess that my guess, and again, I don't know this, would be once everything is kind of healed. So like once, I wouldn't think you'd want to put minoxidil on like a scab, right? That just seems, because generally you don't apply things like that to like scabbing in places where there's like a wound. So my guess is once there's no wound, you should be fine. It's just a guess. Jenny says, I'm a male. From 1 year I was having hair fall, thinning, etc. Recently I got corona and my hair fall stopped. I don't know. It was corona or the multivitamins and other medicine. Wow. Well, lucky you. And it was male pattern baldness, and now you got corona, and and now your hair loss is stopped. Well, I guess you can unsubscribe to my channel now. Crazier things have probably happened in 2020, so congratulations. You haven't had any hair fall for the past 3 months. So again, I just want to make clear, hair fall is okay. Hair fall is okay. Hair fall is like your hair falling out. That's okay. This is this big misconception that if your hair is falling out, you're going bald. Your hair naturally falls out. Now that said, there are times when people like have genetic, deficiencies and things like that where they can lose more hair, like just more hair falls out, and there can be something wrong. But not having any hair fall out when you take a shower, that's actually really weird too. You should be losing, it says 150 to 200 hairs a day. You should be falling out naturally. And of course it varies by how much hair you have and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, well, that's where we're at. So I was going to play you a song, but maybe next time. Let me know in the comments, leave a comment and let me know if you want me to jump on and like play a song at the beginning of my next live stream, because I'd be cool with doing that. Actually, I'll just do like a verse and a chorus, and then I'll wrap this up in case unless we get another awesome question, and I will answer it. Let's do a verse and a chorus of one of my favorite Richard Marx songs. Another sleepless night I can't explain. Somebody said they heard me call your name. The radio won't let you leave my mind. I know it's over, but I don't know why. I should've known better than to fall in love with you. Now love is just a fading memory. I should've known better. Now I'm a prisoner to this pain, and my heart still aches for you. One more verse. There was no risk that I wouldn't take, and not a promise that I didn't make. All I asked was that you just hold on. Now I'm wondering what I did wrong. I should've known better than to fall in love with you. Now love is just a fading memory. I should've known better. gave you all of my body and soul, never believing that I'd lose control. I took my hands off the wheel. I can't remember if the lies were true. It's been a million years since I touched you. Gotta scroll down for the lyrics. I thought time might help me win this game. Being away from you is slowly driving me insane. I should've known better than to fall in love with you. And now love is just a faded memory. I should've known better. Now I'm a prisoner to this pain, and my heart still aches for you. I gotta do this just for Jay. I'm turning this back on. I should've known better than to lose all of my hair, than to go to Turkey to try and put it back. I should've known better. Now I'm a prisoner to this scar.